Welcome to Miller Grove Middle School's cheerleading team. This is just a brief parent informational meeting just to reiterate to returning parents and to let new parents know some of the rules and expectations of the team. So you all should have already gotten the welcome letter. That was just something to let you all know about tryouts and what the breakdown of the dues were. You should already have gotten a physical packet as well, filled out by your physician, turned in, and also uploaded those documents onto Dragonfly. Dragonfly, it was just a platform for the athletic director in the district. It was also a flyer on the back of that physical form as well. So we're going to start off with tardiness and attendance. Attendance to all practices and games are mandatory unless the excuse is excused. And some exceptions for that is listed on the slide. If there is an unexcused absence, that could result in a strike, and we do work on a 3-strike system, which we will talk about that later on in the slideshow. But it is important for parents and students to understand that attendance is very necessary in cheerleading when it comes to formations, routine, and learning new things. During basketball season, we are also doing competition season as well, and they will collide, so attendance is necessary. When speaking on behavior, students and parents need to understand that they are a reflection of their parent, themselves, their coaches, and their school at all times, especially in the uniform. So that means they need to adhere to the rules of the school and of the team. That includes dress code and just simple behavioral rules. So respecting the adults of the building, cleaning up after yourself, addressing adults how they should be addressed, common sense rules that should be understood by the players, but they are all detailed inside of that strikes and policy manual. So I do suggest that everyone read that in depth. As far as dress code of the team, usually before a game, it is going to be the warm-up suit and the team's attire. So that's full uniform with or without a liner, but there's usually a post on band or the group chat to let the girls know what they should be wearing. A constant issue that we're having is the hair and the nails, but that will be talked about later on in the slideshow. Please note that all practices are closed. As far as rides, the grace period is 15 minutes. Me personally, I will allow for 30 minutes, but after that, if there is no communication to the coach, it will result in a strike. For game day expectations, the girls just need to understand that phones are permitted, but they are not permitted during game time. So communication between the parent and the student will have to go through the coach unless otherwise given permission by one of the coaches. Proper hygiene is also essential. Any cheerleader that has been spoken to multiple times about this will be sat out of the game. Parents, please take a second to read through your roles. All right, this just outlines our 3-strike policy. The first strike, you will receive an extra workout and a verbal warning. Second strike, you will sit out 1 game, and your parent will have to sign a slip. And the third strike, you will be removed from the team. Again, please overlook the manual to get a full view of the rules. Some points of concern that need to be addressed moving forward would be the unexcused absences from practices or games. So I just need to let the parents be aware that excessive excused absences can also hinder your athlete from participating in the games because they're ill-prepared. Grades will also cause a cheerleader to sit out of a game of events. Failing 2 or more classes will not be permitted, and they will sit out until those grades are passing. Insubordination could include students being anywhere outside of class without permission, not following the dress code, being disrespectful to teachers, and not turning in their phone during school hours. Not turning in your phone during school hours is against the state policy, not just Miller Grove and not just the MGMS cheer team. So you can either turn it into a coach, a teacher, leave it at home, but if you are caught with it, it will be a strike for your cheerleader. Also, I want to touch base on hair, nails, and jewelry. If these are not up to code by the time a game or event has started, your cheerleader will be sitting out as well. So these are the price breakdowns for the uniform or dues this year. Please take a moment to take a picture or review what has been listed. These are the individual prices for the uniform, the warm-ups, the accessories, the practice uniforms, etc. The tumbling classes will only be for the competition season. And please ignore the uniform fitting date. That is not for the new cheerleaders. So these are the due dates for the new cheerleaders. Your initial payment is due October 10th or was due October 10th. And the last payment will be due October 17th. Those are strict dates. Any date after that will result in dismissal of the team and or your cheerleader not being able to participate. Please also make sure that you are only paying your dues through money order. The money order should be made out to Miller Grove Middle School with your name and address. Please note that there is no refunds if your athlete is dismissed or quits the team. This is the QR code to the band group chat. This is where you're going to get your important updates and information throughout the cheer season, if you haven't done so already. For the new cheerleaders, parents, you are going to be responsible for fitting your cheerleader for their uniform. You can go and pick up a tape measure from like the dollar store, Walmart, and just follow the guidelines of the chart listed above. And then you are going to fill out the Google form that has been uploaded into band. For returning cheerleaders, you will only have to measure for your skirt. And this is our contact information, Coach Faulkner and Coach Amber. And this is the last welcome to the team. Please comment "got it" after you watch the video.